the interesting world of Indian history. I'm Archana Garodia Gupta and I'm going to tell you something fascinating about India. Did you know the tallest building in the world ever made until the 20th century was in India? I bet you haven't heard of the Kanishka Stupa, which was made 2000 years ago, and it was 600 feet high. Well, people say the tallest building ever made is the Great Pyramid in Egypt. That is only 430 feet. This was 600 feet high. The Qutub Minar is 238 feet. Just imagine a building 3 times the height. Can you even imagine it? How do we know about this stupa? So many Chinese travelers who came to India have talked about it, and in excavations we have found the base. This was in Peshawar, and the Chinese pilgrims coming over the Silk Route would cross the mountains and be greeted by this amazing sight which they could see from miles away. A golden glittering stupa with a huge dome, gilded huge dome, with a net of pearls thrown on it, and copper and gold, 13 stories of copper and gold umbrellas with silk banners flying from it. What an amazing sight. What an amazing sight it was. But who built this? This was built by Kanishka, the Kushan king. Who were the Kushans? So the Kushans were an interesting people. The Chinese have talked about these white people with colored eyes and red hair who used to live to the north of China. When they built the Great Wall of China, these people got pushed and they came towards the Central Asia, and by about 2000 years ago they came into India. So Kanishk, the Kushan king, ruled over this huge empire which included Central Asia, almost all of North India and parts of Eastern Iran. And he was enormously rich because he dominated the Silk Route and the trade with the Roman Empire, which was at its peak at that point. So gold just poured into India. You know, all those, you read Asterix and all those Gauls who are being looted by the Romans, all that gold actually showed up in India through the Silk Route. And we were actually at our richest in comparison to the world in that period. We actually accounted for 1/3 of the world's income. We actually accounted for 1/3 of the world's income at that time. If you look at Kushans, we have paintings and murals from that time. They looked a lot like the Rajputs do. They had these, tall and wearing these frock kind of coats with trousers and these, heavy curled Rajput mustaches. Looked exactly like the Rajputs did not so long ago. What happened to the stupa? What happened to the stupa? It kept getting struck by lightning because it was so high and it had all this metal on top and would keep getting damaged. And by about 1000 years ago, it got destroyed in Western invasions. What happened to the Kushans? The Kushans, they ruled for a couple of 100 years, then they split into pieces, and then they were finally, North India was ruled by the Gupta Empire in about 300 AD. So we can be proud of having the tallest building in the world right up to 100 years ago. And for more such fascinating facts, please read our book, The History of India for Children. See you soon.